back, everyone. Welcome to my stream. It's time to get into it. Sorry if it's a bit late, 25 minutes late. I've been having to sort out some stuff beforehand. So let's get into it. Let's have some fun with one of my favorite visual novels. Let's do this. Though I insisted to Olivia that I didn't mind carrying her, she opted to shamble her way towards the couch on her own. When she reaches the couch, she pulls herself right into the cushions long ways. She sprawled out and exhales. Well, we're out here. Now what? You drive me out here, you tell me. I didn't think that far ahead. You're insufferable. Well, there's some of Damian and Vinnie's games for the TV. There's some classic co-op games if you want to try out. You sure? I don't really play games much. Yeah, it'll be fun. Sort of like repayment. You carry me to the couch, now I carry you to victory. Huh. Stand before Damian's chosen collection of entertainment. There's definitely some plain DVDs mixed in here. I picked one of the more worn out cases and showed over my shoulder to Olivia. She gives me an approving grunt, so it seems like I picked well. The disc slides in the console and I start setting up a TV. Huh? Is it not working? You guys smacked the left side. Vinnie's left some magnetic toy near the screen once. Smack. The TV comes to life. Its flickering screen displaying the console menu. I pick up two of the controllers on the floor and... What are you doing? What? Oh, I'm used to playing like this. She rubs her head on the cushion next to her, inviting me to sit normally. So, what's cool about this game is... Hey, what's cool is the co-op campaign has its own story. We can just play through that, because there's no way I'm letting you near the online scene yet. And with a few quick button prompts, the game starts. She contemplates skipping the cheesy introduction cutscene she's seen dozens of times by now, but let it play out for my sake. When the game starts proper, I'm faced with a very specific problem. I'm not good at video games. I'm good at watching them and listening to other people dissect them, but I do not play them. Okay, just follow my lead and shoot anything that looks like it's moving. Right, how Olivia's already getting ahead in the game. I try to follow, but my screen is pointed at the floor. Huh? Did I do something wrong? Maybe you have a stick, and now I'm moving, but I'm still looking at the floor. Hey, start shooting already. Okay, I try one of the trigger-looking things on the back of the controller. Some arm manifests on my side of the screen and throws something at the floor I'm looking at. And there's a splash of bright orange, and I died. I look down to Olivia, she's looking at me with utmost horror. What? There's no way you are this bad. I told you I never play video games. Fine, I'll do a tutorial, then start. With a few presses on the controller, we're back in the menu, and then into some blank space area on the screen. While I'm there, boxes on the couch, along with some AI voice to read out the instructions for everything. I digest them slowly, having to double check the buttons to the controller as it went. But after it was finished, I felt somewhat confident I wouldn't throw a grenade at my feet. Hopefully. We went back into the co-op campaign when Olivia felt confident I wouldn't ruin the run. and so we sat, just running through the digital hallways of some military base, enjoying simulated violence on screen. Just for a while, Olivia has no problems. After another few matches, Damian hops into the recliner. Hey, you guys didn't tell me you were starting a Friday gaming sesh. Kicking her ass yet, Inko? Nope, it's my first time playing. Whoa, really? It's the co-op campaign. You'll get into it, I'm ready for you. Yeah, dude. You'll be an excellent diversion while I gun them down. Someone's home. I get up and enter the door. There are two incredibly bundled figures caked in snow. Oh great, Mormons. Hardy har. Oh, it's Sophia bringing Vinnie back from school. While a small boy looked unfazed by the cold, Sophia was shivering uncontrollably, even with the extra layers of protection. Damian rushes to get some blankets for the two. Hello, Miss Payne. Hi, Vinnie. Inko, what a surprise. Hiya, Inky. When Sophia sees Olivia, she puts on her biggest smile. And Olivia, so good to see you spending time out in your room. Thanks, Auntie. Whoa, you guys started a game night? Inko, you beat her senseless yet? What if you guys wanted me to beat her so bad? It's funny. Nah, he hasn't. He's getting the hang of it though, so you never know, yeah? Yeah, that Liv, he's coming for ya. Yeah, sure. When he ties both my arms around my back. Actually, no, I still win. Yo, you know the rules. You gotta put them or shut up. You gotta put up or shut up. She won. It leaves a certain sting I don't think will ever heal. The uniform yet thoroughly disappointing grimaces on Damian and Vinnie's faces tell me they won't let it heal either. There's a knock on the door. Vinnie jumps up to get it. Hi, Dad. The figure stumbles in through the blizzard and removes his heavy jacket. Jesus, weather. Hey, all. Inko, didn't expect you to still be here. Good evening, Randy. Randy tosses down the bag of salt that's on his shoulder to the living room floor with a loud thud. Playing games together, I see. But that means you all got your homework all squared. Yeah, it's taken care of. Vinnie threw his in the garbage disposal though. I didn't. See, he's denying it. Hey, war club. So, nope, he hasn't. It's embarrassing. First time then. Even if it weren't, he's just bad. Fine, you guys wanna try? No way, this is something else. I'm watching this to the end. Vinnie nods in respectful agreement. Well, I join you kids, but it's my turn to figure out dinner tonight. Need something warm after everyone's been out in that frigid cold all day. Your mother's nearly frozen solid. Something warm does sound good right about now. Oh, I just remembered. Hold on, I think I got something. I hold out the coupon I was compensated from the art contest. 2 large 2 pizza topping pizzas for $13. Unsure if Damian or Vinnie's faces light up more at the mention of pizza, but Randy outshines by the insane price drop. Even Olivia's heartbeat slightly intensifies. Holy moly, that real? I pass it over to him. I've been saving it for a while. Seems like a pretty good time. Alright, let's make it a pizza party, man. Randy takes a moment to dial the number and make the order. I go check in on Olivia, who looks just as ecstatic as the Payne brothers. It's just pizza, I need to hyperventilate. I so need this right now. It'll be still about half an hour. What's your favorite? Anchovies. Really? Yeah. They don't sell them much these days though. Something to keep in mind. Randy finishes his call and gives a celebratory fist bump. You're a lifesaver, Ingo. I was planning on getting together some sashimi or something. Sophia said she finally wanted to try my specialty. Phew. We've got 2 large meat lovers pizzas coming in. And this place is pretty fancy. They got that stuff you like, Olivia. So I asked for an extra pie, piled high as much as I can put on it. Look at her face! Olivia's face beamed with joy, the end of her tail wagging like an excited puppy's. Take the distraction of the sniper across the map. I just had I literally heard a snipe noise. It's fair, he got you. Randy shoos Damian from his spot on the recliner. He joins us on the couch. We play a few more games and I kept losing, but every time I would get close, she would come in clutch and completely annihilate me. Somehow, a betting pool got started. Olivia's getting a few bucks on the rest if I can't even beat her once. The pains encourage me as I get ever closer to actually scoring against Olivia. If anything, I want to get at least to that tonight. At some point, in all excitement, the feeling occurs to me. Being in the comfort of the warm and inviting home, surrounded by such caring people, having fun in my friends, it's like I have a real family. She doesn't cover while she reloads. I see it. Hey, that's cheating. Nope, just insider information. He's gonna get you. Nope, that's how it's gonna be. I got one last trick up my sleeve. I think you're just scared. Hey! Aww. I don't know how any of you are keeping up with all this. Oh, that would be our dinner. Randy heads for the door, a hand already reaching for his wallet. Pizza, what special occasion? Gonna treat ourselves good and eat good tonight, hon. That's a special occasion. Not that I'm complaining about pizza, but isn't delivery pricey these days? Randy returns the box stacked on his arms, flashing the used coupon in his other hand to Sophia. Her face dons an expression similar to the others earlier. See? Okay, everyone, get a plate and get some. Feel free to make a mess if you want cleanup duty. Damian and Vinnie left from their positions and have their plates in a blink of an eye. The air is filled with the delicious scent of sauce and cheese as Randy opens up all the boxes. Damian and Vinnie immediately dives for the meat lovers pizza like ravenous sharks. The excitement. I love Damian's shuddering excitement. The pepperoni sausage pizza on the table looks appealing, but Randy passes the plate of a slice of anchovy pizza over to Olivia. Thanks, Uncle Randy. Dang, the anchovy one actually looks pretty good. I tried anchovies on pizza before. It's actually pretty nice. I mean, apart from the saltiness, I actually do like anchovies. I really do like anchovies. Though, whenever I order it, my bros complain because they not too fond of the saltiness. I don't think she'd mind if I sampled from hers. My hand slowly inches towards Olivia's plate. Mine! Taking a moment to assess my hand's integrity, I pursue my lips at her. Oh, come on, Liv, I just want to try it. Nope, anchovies are Gator girl only. You wouldn't take something from your girlfriend, would you, Inko? She She flutters her eyelashes at me while pressing a prominent pout. I just want to try it though. More eyelid fluttering, I can even see a moistness. I can even see a moistness in her eyes. Oh wow. She gives a new meaning to crocodile tears. But a devilish clever idea spawns from my mind. After all, if she wants to play the girlfriend card, how about a trade or something? The pout fades away in a confusion. Trade? For a bite? The confusion morphs to curiosity. Maybe. What are you offering? With a smile, I lean in closer to Olivia, and closer still. Olivia's face is aflame with a blush, growing hotter and hotter by the second. I felt a puff of hot air from her nose flow against my chin. Her eyes are as wide as saucers now. Piss. My lips tap lightly on the edge of her maw. Wah. The gator is successfully stunned. Now's my chance. Quickly I go in for the kill and chomp down on the slice she was holding onto. I pull away from her while chewing on my hard-won prize. The pizza is very salty but rich with flavour. I can taste why she likes anchovies on a pizza. Olivia's eyes are still wide and her mouth is cycling open and close. Ew, Mom! Inko gave Olivia cooties. Food tastes best when stolen. Whoa, Olivia, you okay? His hand waves inches in front of her face. I don't think she even notices. With a sigh, Miss Payne leans over and taps Olivia's shoulder. That finally wakes her up. Her eyes are now shifting between me and the bite marks left on the pizza. Eyelids lower, she glowers at me while taking a bite of a defiled slice. Olivia makes quick work of a slice, and then hands her plate to Sophia for another piece of fish-covered goodness. With everyone else focused on the meal, she leans in close, dangerously close. My cheeks warm up as Olivia whispers in my ear, "You owe me more for the bite." She always had a bit of huskiness in her tone, but wow. The sun was hanging low by the time the pizza was finished, which meant it was time. It didn't take much to convince Damian and Mr. Payne to take me out to the fountain once Olivia fully explained why. We arrived at the deserted park, just as the sun sank below the horizon. Hurriedly, Damian, Randy and I got to work. The male Paynes held the windscreen protector of Randy's car for me, doing their best to direct the remaining rays of light towards the fountain. To focus was just the details of it. After all, the more references for Olivia, the better. No words, just a task at hand. Constantly moving to keep the warm and serious. Also keep warm and serious. The only thing to stop us was the daylight finally vanishing. My memory card was completely filled with reference shots for Olivia. Oh, I haven't. Okay. Well, I often stream on Sunday to Wednesday, if you're wondering. Sometimes Thursday, depending on what I'm doing during the week. My memory card was filled completely with reference shots for Olivia. A good 100 and some for every conceivable angle. Glad you're enjoying it. Arriving back, Sophia had unfolded the couch into a bed for me. It hadn't even occurred to me how late it could be, or how bad the weather could end up. I feel like I'm frozen to core, combined with my clothes becoming damp from the melting frost. Instead, Olivia dragged me onto the lumpy mattress of the couch bed, sitting right beside me so I can go through the photos with her. The rest of the household slunk off to bed shortly after, leaving just us two in the living room. just huddled together through my just huddled together looking through my camera. We were the only ones still up, and while I wasn't cold anymore, Olivia insisted on keeping me warm by laying across my lap as if she were a very gator-shaped blanket. Hey, she contorts herself around until she can look into my eyes. Yeah? About earlier. You still owe me one. Come on, seriously. It was just a bite. It wasn't just a bite. Her face is on fire, but her eyes remained locked on mine. That didn't count. What? That peck on the nose. That doesn't count. Olivia, I don't understand. That was a first kiss. First kiss. Oh, I haven't even considered that it was our first kiss. Suddenly my face begins to heat up rapidly. It just came to me, and it felt so natural to do it. Well, alright, she crosses her arms. Olivia might have looked intimidating if she weren't also splayed across my lap while she did it. So you want an actual with interest. A fair trade. Even though I looked down at her with incredulity, Olivia maintains a serious face and posture. Locked in a staring contest with her, I feel my lack of shades has weakened my defenses. I cave in. Alright, I give you a real kiss. And what else? I want to go on a date. An actual romantic date. The split second I get my chair back. Alright. So the first part. Olivia's hands reach up, latching onto the side of my head. I expect her to drag me down roughly, but instead I can feel her hand shake as she slowly guides me downwards. It's awkward and slightly painful how I have to twist at my wrist to meet her. Not waist to meet her, but it's worth it. It's soft. Chest. Skin and scale pressing lightly together. The hot air of our breaths intermingles. I support myself with my arm over her. Her arms move from my head to around my neck. Our eyes grew heavy. I don't know who faded first, but Olivia clung to me as we drifted asleep just like that. I stir from my sleep as the morning sunlight begins peeking through the glass back door. It's quiet. The only sign of life is the light breathing of the girl holding me close. She wrapped her arms around me. She wrapped her arms around of one of mine, gently nibbling my shoulder in her sleep. She's warm. I started drifting back to sleep, lulled in by Olivia's soft breathing. My thoughts adrift between sleep and awake. They are puzzle pieces that slowly come together into a single unified phrase that wholly captures what I'm feeling. I love her. I feel a horrible disturbance approaching. Inky, Liv, wake up. The cursed beast plants both of its feet into my chest, shaking me by the collar. You got yeeted. Olivia responds by swatting him clean off of me with her tail. He's fine. Olivia set herself up, wiping the sleep from her eyes. Morning, Inko. Saturday morning. A check on my phone says that it's 7:30. 4 hours too early. Barely. I stood up, narrowly missing Vinnie's second landing zone He got the cable remote. The TV flickers to life and Vinnie starts flicking through the channels at a speed only he can comprehend. Morning, Inko. Damian enters from the hallway. Sorry about the wake-up call. It's Vinnie's favourite season. Winter. Hockey. Vinnie cheers loudly and I look to the screen to see a player being brutally slammed into the protective glass of the ice rink. Ah. So should we move? Too comfy. Yeah. I'm hungry. Go make breakfast. What do you want? A big plate of eggs and bacon. Emphasis on big. She wants big eggs. Yeah, she does. I'm trying to get the best ending. I think I'd burn the kitchen down first. Like, I'm really loving this visual novel. Like, this is such a well done visual novel. There's plenty of cereal out there if you want some. Olivia drones dramatically. Fine. Gently untangling myself from Olivia's grasp. I shot Damian a thumbs up as I make my way to the kitchen. A quick search through the cupboards and the fridge nets me the necessary components, and I manage to avoid destroying the kitchen as I pour cereal and milk into 2 plastic bowls. I don't know how you would destroy a kitchen over cereal. I couldn't think anyone who would actually destroy a kitchen if they really tried that hard while making cereal. As I give each bowl a spoon, a vibration emanates from my pocket. I whip out my phone and check what's it for. It looks like a new 3-hour analysis of the 3rd place speedrunning world record for Wii Golf. Oh shit, he likes Wii Sports? Dang. I'm still amazed that there are like... What? The thumbnail displays the record holder's face with an arrow pointing to it and text proudly advertising the Ponut Slurp Strat. Oh, the Ponut Slurp Strat. I'm really not much in the mood. I'm really not much in the mood for these recently. I'll meet notifications. And done. Okay. Like, what did I just read? I mean, it sounds like a typical YouTube title. As I return to the living room, the scene is a lot more lively. The 2 brothers are commentating the match to one another while gently shaking the couch in excitement. Olivia has since sat up and wrapped herself in the blanket, only opening a spot for me once I approach. I take the seat, offering the bowl of sugary goodness which she greedily accepts. Not too long after we're done cuddling together, she leans her head against my shoulder. Despite the ruckus, I'm able to find the perfect spot to snuggle with Olivia and enjoy her warmth. This is nice. We do our best to withstand Vinnie's ramblings about hockey teams, though it seems like he's more interested in them, more interested in which team gets in the most fights rather than wins the most. I look towards Olivia every so often, worried that she might be losing interest in just sitting here. But she always reassures me with a gentle smile, one that says she wouldn't have it any other way. Staring in contentment, we continue to snuggle on the couch together, occasionally cheering with the brothers as they celebrate the successes of their hockey team. Damian and Vinnie started shouting in victory as the home team gets the final score. What a slap shot! Heard the excitement in the room, watching hockey again. Sophia settles herself onto the recliner, opening up her laptop. Oh, the school's weekly newsletter just came in. Turn down the volume, Damian. Sure thing. Alright, first it says that there's a basketball game this Friday against the Tail Spikes. In preparation for finals, tutoring will be open after school for everyone that needs it. Damian. I got it covered, Mom. Liz is helping me out. I hope so. Seniorities won't be tolerated here. Senioritis won't be tolerated here. Oh, this is interesting. To all our students, you're invited to St. Hamid High School's 21M 21st March 21st month 2023's BC Winter Formal. Winter Formal? Damian yawns and stretches his arms behind his back. Yeah, some event for seniors they got every year. Basically a dance, but more fancy. Oh, so a ball. It's gonna have a ball eventually. It's like the biggest event of the year. You know, next to graduation or prom or whatever. I don't think any of my previous schools ever did something like this, just regular dances. Immerse yourself in the sincere beauty. Immerse yourself in the serene beauty of wintry night sky with music, food, entertainment, and much more. We will also be hosting a special memorial for one of St. Hamid's finest teachers who has recently passed away, Mr. Trent Ayadakan. Shoot. It's going to be tough to see. The event will take place at the Volcaldera Convention Center on Friday, December 15th from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Tickets for the Winter Formal are now on sale online or in Miss Prockling's class in room 211. $15 for one and $30 for couples. Please read our event dress code to know what will and will not be allowed for the formal. Have a great weekend. Go Feathertails. Well, it seems like you three have something to look forward to next month. Mrs. Payne closes her laptop with a smile and sets it aside. Mom, it's about that time. She gasps and checks the clock on the wall. I nearly forgot. Vinnie, get on your kimono. I'll start the car. It's called a gi, Mom. I'll probably be running some errands while he's at karate practice. So I'll be out until dinner. I'm sure Vinnie didn't mean to crack my throat as he got up. He's just eager to get to class. The back road from Olivia helps to clear my airway quicker at least. Well then, Damian switches on some game and slumps into his familiar position in the recliner in mere seconds. I don't even know how he keeps track of the blur of colours on screen. I feel like it's going to give me a seizure if I look too hard. Olivia tugs at my arm. Hey, want to head back to my room and watch something? Whatever, mind. Nothing in particular. I'm sure I'll find something good. Alright. I follow Olivia's proud march into a room. The scent of paint is still a bit strong. But when is it not in here? It's impressive how she manages to actually hop from kneeling on the floor to kneeling onto a bed. Her tail pats the open spot next to her as an invitation. But not for me, as Guts seems to scurry out from whenever he was hiding to curl right up against Olivia's thigh. So I take the spot opposite of him, settling in right next to Olivia as she opens up her laptop. On the screen, I see a plethora of folders with incomprehensible names, with brackets alternating between kanji and English. Oh, she's looking at. Oh, they're watching anime. Olivia's cursor flies between each folder, her eyes scrunched in concentration as she tries to find the perfect show. She finally makes her choice. Though, what it is, I don't know. The name is all in Japanese, written in English. and there's like six different things in brackets denoting the language, aspect, ratio, and more obscure details. A media player pops up. The first thing pop up is a silhouette of a Pachysaurus in an old Japanese attire. And then the music started in English. At first, I was apprehensive for a pick, but it really is a good show. I'm fully enraptured by the Apache samurai's story, along with his budding romance of a young human girl who maintains a family dojo. We fully settle in, Olivia splaying out across her bed and giving me just enough space to sit with my back against the wall beside her. While I'm fully enjoying the story, split equally between intense sword fights and bouts of light-hearted comedy, my thoughts go back to something else, the formal, and how to actually ask her out to it. She's already going since it's also Mr. Ayada Khan's memorial. Olivia already asked me out on a date. Kinda. I'd argue strong-armed into it. But then again, I want to go out with her, so... It was very Olivia of her, so what would be Inko's way of doing it? Looking around for inspiration, I noticed my girlfriend has left out a lot of her sketch material. Balled up papers and a sketch pad right by my knee. Guts laying on top of her coloured pencil case. And a mechanical pencil digs in my palm. While Olivia is focused on a laptop screen, and the oddly not so bloody sword fight on it, and began my greatest plan to date. First, I sketch out what's meant to be a full body portrait of Olivia, though the wheelchair ends up looking like a normal chair with rocks for wheels, her hands being just claws and a tail shrunken down to a quarter of its actual size. It still resembles her. I clip on the mechanical pencil and slowly reach over the pad, nudging the back of Olivia's head. She swats at it and eventually grabs it, yanking it in front of her, and then her tail starts wagging a bit. Bingo. It searches my arm and wraps around it. Olivia furiously jots something down on the page. I lean forward to lay my stomach beside her when she passes it back. She's drawn on an equally rough portrait of me, with my shades missing and my jacket looking more like a button-up. For a while, the two of us resume our drawing game from the start of the school year. I can see me as one. Jesus. Of course, over the course of the Samurai Show's run, we decorate numerous sheets from a sketchpad with nonsensical drawings. Oh, it's Mia referencing, I don't know, it's a painting? It's really disturbing painting. Alright, it's time. I'll make sure my arm's position is shielding the page. This next drawing has to be special. And I see just a spot for it. Go out, W me to formal. My heart flutters a bit as I look over it. Could it be a little better? No, it's perfect. I pass over the sketchbook just as I have a half dozen times now. Olivia stares at the little doodle on the page. I hear her breathing pick up. She pulls the pad aside, well out of my vision. I feel the bed wobble as she furiously scribbles something down. It sure is taking a while. On screen, the battle whatever has just finished an epic duel, winning with a intelligent use of technique and his sword sheath, all without killing anyone. The pad is flopped in front of me. Aww. You in 3 seconds, oh boy. Olivia buries her snoot into the back of my head, nuzzling it aggressively. She makes those bellowing noises again. I'll take it as a resounding yes. You're not gonna let me up, aren't you? No, you're all mine. She keeps bellowing, but her focus slowly returns to the episode. For the rest of it, we remain like this. I got big plans. Just you wait. 1 week later. My shoes scrunch through the layers of snow beneath me. Behind me, the trail is quickly swept over by fresh snowfall. The cold bites at any flesh it can reach. My ears, my nose, my exposed hand, as it carries my precious cargo. Somewhere in the distance, a dog barks. I'm alone in this frigid wasteland. And to think this started so simply just 4 days ago. I've gotten a new routine at the start of the school week. Wake up, head to school, do my thing until the bell rings, then head over to the Payne residence to check on Olivia. She texted me that the drafting for the painting was finished, and now it was time for the real task of filling the canvas of colour. Every time I'd come over, I would find her sitting at the edge of her bed with a brush in her hand, analysing the canvas with the kind of fire in her eyes that only a visionary like her would have. Back on Tuesday, I got a real craving for root beer. Olivia told me that there was a gas station up the street and around the corner, and asked if I could get her a normal cola with a strange side eye. The trip was frigid, and I probably should have seen where this was going, but the soda was well worth it. Once Olivia found out I could survive the journey, she started requesting I go make more resupply missions, and then I got caught on a return trip by Vinnie and Randy. Short version of the story, I'm now the resupply man for the household. I go out to get precious rations for my poor, freezing, shivering girlfriend and other survivors of this inhumane climate of 31 degrees. It's been a tough week, but it's been a blast. It's been tough work. As I approach the front door, one of the survivors eagerly smushes his face into the glass window, ecstatic to see my triumphant return. The door opens for me and slams shut as I'm yanked in, before the chilly air can creep in with me. I stumble forward and I finally collapse onto the couch, into Olivia's waiting arms. The moment my butt hits the comforter, she spreads out the large blanket she has been opening and ensnares me and enshrouds me in a warm, scaly embrace. Can't let my personal heating rock lose its warmth. Appreciate it. Olivia nuzzles in the crook of my neck and wraps a towel around my waist, trying her best to warm me up. Yep, the Gator game. The Gator visual novel. It's so good. It's good when you know the right decisions. One would assume that a literal cold-blooded saurian would be a terrible way of warming up. Well, whoever they are, they're dead wrong. Setting the plastic bag on the floor, it begins getting passed around and everyone removes their various goodies. In seconds, Damian chugged his battery acid energy drink. That's what I needed. Say, you up for another trip, Inko? Olivia signals to Vinnie, who takes the empty bottle and bops him in the back of the head with it. Oh, Inko, while you're out, I finally thought of something. For our date? Yeah, you'll love it. It's... Knock, knock, knock. Olivia's breath catches, and the two of us wait in anticipation as Randy gets the door. But we both know what it is already. Olivia, package for you. My head jostles to and fro, Olivia's excitement translating physically to her arms quaking wildly around my collar. Settle down, settle down. Randy hefts the box containing her new wheelchair parts into the living room and sets it in front of the TV. Want me to set up for you? Actually, Olivia lifts herself off the couch and starts pushing against the box, sliding it towards her room. Inko and I can do it. Alright. Olivia waves me over to join her as she pops the door open and pushes the heavy looking box into her room. Come on, come on. What are you waiting for? Let's get to it. We're sat on the edge of the bed with the box before us. Olivia takes a deep breath and extends a single claw, and in a single motion slices the tape open, letting the box flaps loose. She starts picking the individual parts out and lying them around. While she does it, I pick up instructions. Really? What? Come on, give me that. She takes the instruction and rips them into bits. We won't need that. I had to fix my own chair since I was a kid. Why you? I break it, I fix it. Simple as. And I broke it a lot when I was younger. Okay, curiosity peaked. How? Olivia turns with the biggest grin on her face. Ramp jumps. She does tricks on a wheelchair. Damn. She jumps off ramps on a wheelchair. Doesn't elaborate, instead waddling over to her desk to retrieve a small hex key set. For the next 15 minutes, we begin to assemble the wheelchair. As it turns out, building this thing isn't as complex as I thought it to be. Most of it is really just as simple as connecting tube A into tab A into slot B. There's an innuendo there. We're nearly finished now. The metal frame stands proud, missing everything we need to make it comfortable, like the seat. This bit connects to the handles there. Alright. So were you able to tell me about an idea that I love for a date? Oh yeah. Have you ever been to a Hibachi grill? I've heard of them. They're great, you gotta try it. They sit you down at a table, right? And in the middle of the table is a big flat top grill. Then the chef, hand me that piece right there. Thanks. Then the chef comes in with his full cart of the stuff that you ordered. Once the grill gets hot, they start cooking the food right in front of you. I think I've seen it once in King of the Hill. There was an episode that literally had that. And then they bring a whole new meaning to playing with your food. Sounds pretty sweet, right? By the way, that goes the other direction. Clank. Whoops. Yeah, that honestly sounds pretty fun, Liv. It sounds like dinner and show, but dinner is the show. I've been wanting to eat at a place like that for years. Alright then. As soon as we finish, let's call for a table and go. As soon as we finish this. Yes! Olivia's arm and tail wraps around me in a hug. Her other hand preoccupied with adjusting the chair seat to the perfect height. After attaching the armrest to a handle, I stand up in triumph over the fully assembled mobility chair. Well, I can safely say that your new chair is completed by yours truly. You put the wheel on backwards there. See, if I had to sat down with it, if I had to sat down in that, it would have crumpled, and it would have killed me. Oh, she lightly taps me on one of the spare parts. Yeah, so stop trying to kill me, dummy. Just to be safe, we're probably gonna have to go back a few steps to make sure this thing is built correctly. Wonderful. Finally, it's done. Olivia inspects my work, nodding in approval on the occasional and adjusting a few parts. Carefully, she moves herself from her bed into the seat. So how is it? Darn it, my legs still don't work. Yeah, you did great. Feels like the old one. Feels just like the old one. Good job, Inky. Phew. Don't say yet. The night's just getting started. Her tail slithers around my waist, inviting me to take the wheel. You ready? Yeah, it'll be cold. I'll be fine. I got a personal furnace with me. Moon silver irises turn to me half-lit, letting me know that my real role in Olivia's life is now. Furnace. Not something sweeter like heated blanket or comforter. Yeah, no, I say that, and then my aunt and uncle will be giving me the talk all over again. Extreme Gator. Yeah, doing tricks off her wheelchair. Her wheelchair. I don't know, it sounds kind of rad. Sounds pretty rad. Before we knew it, we were admiring the passing buildings as our rail car races towards the city. One thing we noticed were the Christmas lights tangled around inside the metro, which gave it a much cozier vibe. As we neared the concrete jungle, even the street lights and buildings grow infused with the holiday cheer. I can only imagine what this place will look like in the coming days. Definitely come back later with Olivia. I'll lock my camera. After a bit of walking, ice, and sightseeing, we arrive in the city's Japanese district, Little Trudy. As eager as I am to look around and immerse myself in the surroundings, Olivia's appetite for hibachi outranks it. We can always check it out after, anyways. Heading inside, there's a distinct scent in the air that enters my nose. I can't pinpoint what exactly smells like, but the word aromatic comes to mind. Konnichiwa, welcome. A table for two, I presume? Yes, I called early for reservation. The waitress takes a moment to look at the table placed in front of her. Ah, yes. Table for Mr. Nito and guest. Follow me. She grabs us a menu and leads us to the main dining area. As we are guided through the restaurant, I take in the exterior, seeing various set pieces, decor, and portraits of famous actors posing with who I assume is the owner of the restaurant. Entering into the main dining area, a sound of lively conversation floods my ears, as does a savory fragrance of food being cooked for the other patrons. Just as Olivia said, each table had a grill in the center, where a chef was chopping, dicing, and slicing. I can feel my mouth filling up with drool with each passing moment. Finally, we reach our table, where another party occupies the other remaining seats. Enjoy! So, how would you... My hand waves over Olivia around her chair's handlebars. Olivia seems to understand what I'm about to entail, because without a word, she effortlessly hoists herself out of her wheelchair onto the dining chair. I fold the wheelchair and place it by a nearby wall and seat myself next to her. Nice, so how you feeling so far, Liv? Olivia smiles, letting her cold fingers splay out near the grill before us. Her tail curls up over the counter and joins them. I joined her for a few seconds, oiling my knuckles. I already like this place. It's like a combo of a show and a diner and a sauna. I reach for the menu that sits between us. Let's see. You really know what you want to get? Sushi. They got the good stuff here. She points to something on the menu I don't hope to ever pronounce correctly. Nevertheless, it looks appetizing. What about you? I'm thinking something warm and filling. Oh, what about this dish then? She points at one of the specialty dishes. Delight, titled Trudon Delight. Chicken breast, hibachi steak, and colossal shrimp, lightly seasoned and grilled. Kinda like a variety dish. Sounds good enough for me. At variety, an idea comes me, and I scan the menu thoroughly. The section in particular takes up nearly the entire page. It's something I recall from some of the foodie blogs I'd read. Hey, why don't we try all the appetizers? What? Laying the menu flat before her to the appetizer page, her eyes widen at how many choices there are. Yeah, like, we should try sampling everything and see which is best. That'd be really expensive though, right? It would. Each plate already costs over $15. But consider the experience. I can see her practically salivating as she looks at the page. How about half then? That'd still be around 7 plates, but I'm sure I can cover that much. Okay. Okay. She cuts me off before I can cheer. But not all at once. Huh? I want to appreciate the show too. So 2 dishes at a time. It's a week concession, and I already figure out Olivia's plan to fill up early to save my bank account. Sure. So we debate which appetizers to pick and start with, our voices now mingling with the rest of the ambience as we wait to order. By the time somebody comes around, we've compiled a list of the most appealing sounding options. Eventually, a chef approaches our table with a large fork and a blade in hand, scraping the two against each other in a theatrical manner before greeting us and heating up the stove. He uses a nearby container of oil to cover the cooking surface in the shape of a smiley face before setting the assortment on fire and spreading it across the stove with a blade. A second staff member drops off a cart filled with uncooked meats and veggies that will soon become our dinner. With his ingredients ready, the chef starts the performance, expertly spinning his razor-sharp utensils, a grin on his face. Vegetables diced and stacked into explosive minifigures. Meat sizzled, flipped, and thrown through the air. Fish and shrimp sliced and juggled around the chef without even looking. Eventually, as we were served up our standing orders, we were entirely too focused on the master chef. Olivia is completely enthralled by the performance. Not that she's the only one, but dexterity and skill the chef has with our food isn't like anything I've seen at any high-class restaurant my parents dragged me to before. After a minute or two of watching the chef's culinary showmanship, the couple beside us receive their order. He eases over to now stand before Olivia and I, his eyes carefully scanning a tiny scrap of paper before nodding. Konbawa, my hungry-looking friends. Oh, I'm definitely hungry-looking, but Olivia, looking at her eyes are the size of her plate. Her lips are trembling over her smile, and her chopsticks creaked within her fingers. First time here, I assume? Mine too. Hi, new friends to our lovely city. Allow me to give you a special Volcandria welcome. Before I can tell him we aren't tourists, the cook sets down a pre-peeled onion on the grill. With his sharp spatula and tongs, the onion is cut expertly, and then it rings separated and stacked into a neat cone. He then raises a finger with a smile. I can't help but lean forward. He holds out a bottle of clear liquid and squirts into the I reel back at the sudden heat erupting from the onion cane, fingers tapping just above my eyes. Oh shit, my eyebrows. You're fine, Inko. Relax. Confirming the few bits of hair are still on my head, the chef laughs and slides the onion creation around. Warm enough of a welcome. Quite. He laughs as the onions are added onto our first appetizer plate, a sample of various garnished fish and meats. Olivia is quick to take a sizzling slice of steak and chomp on it, chewing on it even as her eyes water from the heat of it. The chef notices and uses spatula to slide Olivia's glass of water closer to her, which she uses to quickly cool her tongue. I'm happy to see you're so eager to enjoy my cooking, but a good meal is best savored slowly. My hand rubs Olivia's back in comfort, but she still smiles and reaches for another cut of steak. Totally worth it. One by one, more of our appetizers are given to us. While I would normally go into detail about each one's unique flavor and how it affected my palate, one thing really comes to mind. Only one thing really comes to mind. It's freaking delicious. Olivia seems to have the same sediment currently scarfing down the rest of her salmon rolls. Any couples here tonight? For a moment, I glance at the girl beside me, enjoying her own little moment as she chows down the food. We are. Well, it's the holiday season, which means the chef hovers his prongs over our heads with something green placed on its end. It's mistletoe. A kiss between the gentleman and the Wani girl, yes? Tender. The lingering pleasantness fills my heart as the chef tosses the mistletoe on a steak, revealing its true identity as garnish. Hey, what does Wani mean? It means gator. Oh. I guess I do look like a gator. Yeah. I'm always thinking of you as the green gator girl. Really? What, as opposed to the green baryonyx girl? Do you see Damian and refer to him as the red Diplosaurus guy too? Hey, I'm Inko. Wow, I just heard a noise. I crane my head towards the direction of the pink Delapilo Biolatosaurus and the blue Amphilodonosaurus. I get it. Good. Everyone, I just met a Triceratops. In fact, I just met a Triceratops. In fact, I met two. Shut up. I use my chopsticks to fling an onion over to her. She deftly chomps out of the air. She deftly chomps it out of the air. Okay, who ordered the scallions? Gosh. Oh, that's us. With one last bite of the shrimp, we've finished our meal. The chef spins his utensils and gives us a bow, bidding us a wonderful evening. I managed to slip in my generous tip as thanks for his hospitality. As the waitress hands me the bill, she asks if we would like some complimentary ice cream, which Olivia happily accepts. Some desserts sound good right now, so why not? It's not long until we are cutting open sweet, flaky shells of fried cake batter to get into the cool, tasty ice cream cores of our free deep-fried ice cream. Oh, deep-fried ice cream is amazing, guys. Like, if you ever go to an Asian restaurant and there's an option of deep-fried ice cream, I highly recommend it. It is delicious. It is one of the best things you could possibly choose, is deep-fried ice cream. Yes. Cold be damned. I needed something sweet to cap that off. Actually, hey, will you be alright for a while? I got an idea. Alright. Trust me, I'll be right back. There's a general store right across. Excellent. I cross. Hopefully they have what I have in mind. I'm back. The ice cream was starting to melt. I was considering eating it. Rude. After I went out and got you these. Just for you. I handed a plastic bag. Pocket warmers! How considerate of you, Inky. She stuffs them into the pocket of her hoodie and cranking them to start heating. I grab a wheelchair and unfold it next to her, offering a hand to help her into it. There's still a whole city out there. Wanna go see? She takes my hand, interlocking my fingers between my own. Absolutely. Back outside, I finished the last of my dessert and let out a sigh of satisfaction. That was delicious. Couldn't agree more, though I'm not sure how I'm fond of having the smell of Hibachi on my gloves. Better that cologne you always use. You noticed that? Her head suddenly turns away, focusing instead on the open air market in the distance. Well, we're in Little Trudon. The weather makes foot traffic non-existent. The town is ours. But where do you want me to go first? Where do you want to go first? She looks positively giddy around the stores, looking for the best place to start. That way. I got a great feeling about it. With Olivia as my guide, we make our way towards the shopping centre. Man, as if the main part of the city's holiday lighting wasn't captivating enough. Little Trudon is just as whimsical. Fairy lights wrapped around the street lamps, with paper lanterns hanging. Paper lanterns hang along the streets, illuminating our path in a reddish hue. Holiday cheer and cultural tradition perfectly meshed perfectly together. We're here looking to be some kind of Arabian bazaar from a movie, except built into a building. There's walls and even a ceiling, though the ceiling is plastic and semi-transparent. But the walls are all cut into, with cheap canopies jutting from the tops of the openings, and so many colourful knickknacks hanging from them and over tables, equally filled to bursting for plethora of items. Every other store, I see a seller stationed right next to a cheap heater, waving and shouting at anyone who passes by. While the streets had looked devoid of people, the shopping centre was packed to the brim. That's the one. The one? I just know it. Lead the way. As we got closer, I can't help but notice a variety of interesting items being sold. Cheap looking toys that light up and make music, t-shirts with various decals and vulgar jokes, and jade jewellery that looks like it was handmade this morning. all of which have signs marking their prices that frankly reflect their quality very poorly. Further down the shopping centre, we reach a section of the indoor market that looks almost like a convenience store. Shelves upon shelves of exotic produce are placed along every wall of the store. In the centre are displays of showcasing snacks and candies with ineligible signs and cutesy mascots. The ceiling, now covered in greenery, more paper lanterns and banners, adorning more Japanese text. Olivia's eyes light up with glee upon seeing the wide variety of oriental goodies. You know, let's make this our Christmas shopping. She nods and grins, and we start scanning each stall slowly. Immediately I'm drawn to one that is exceptionally vibrant from all the toys on show. Some of the plastic figures are even making noises, though there's a certain rattiness to them. Still, I'm sure I can find something for Vinnie. Recalling our first meeting, I look for any Power Raptor figure I can find on the table. Picking up a packaged figure, I wave Olivia over with her sugary treat hunt from a sugary treat hunt. Think Vinnie will like this? She squints an eyebrow briefly, then gives me the flattest stare I've ever seen. No. Why not? Inko, that's such a shitty bootleg. Like, it's not even named right. I look at the packaging of the small figure. Powerful Raptorials. Huh? Yeah, a lot of the stuff is cheap knockoffs. If you want the good stuff, you gotta look in the back. The back. She rolls her eyes as she motions for me to follow. Olivia wheels herself past the table and deeper into the store. The first thing I notice is how there's even more boxes of toys along one wall, and the opposite to that a wall covered with a lot of swords and knives and other pointy lethal things. Instead of looking at a toy wall, Olivia's eyes are glued to the weapon racks. I don't think Sophia would approve. Oh yeah, no. It takes colossal effort on her part to turn herself around. Partially from how cramped the space is, but mainly how our eyes linger on a particular sword on the shelf. Looking closer, it looks like the one from a show we watched together. Neat. Maybe. Nah. Sophia definitely wouldn't approve. It didn't take long for Olivia to pick up a pair of toys to gift Damian's younger brother. Though I don't think wooden weaponry counts as toys. Our purchases were made. We moved on to the next person on our list and the next store. We ventured through the halls deliberately, throwing ideas back and forth on the ideas for the rest of the panes. I was astonished to find a jacket close in design to mine, but for a fraction of the price, and just the right size for Damian. Olivia pointed out a neat little statue of an insect carved out of an amber stone. She said it'd be perfect for Randy, so it's added to the pot. That left Sophia, and Olivia had brought us to a stall filled with textile materials. I hadn't known she was a seamstress, but Olivia explained that it's one of her favourite hobbies. Not knowing much on that matter, I let Olivia go and talk with the shopkeeper about what she was looking to buy, while I stayed close to the front. Near the cash register, I spot one of those tiny novelty prize dispensers. One in particular catches my eye. It looks like some variation of whack-a-mole featuring little alligator heads. Oh, I know what that is. It's like a game that I was once at a bowling alley, and that was literally what the game was like. It was literally like whack-a-mole, but it was like gators that just popped out, and you had to like whack them with a mallet, with a plastic mallet. They're cute. She would love one of these. It just so happens I have 5 quarters. I turn the crank and get a spherical capsule in exchange. What you getting? Olivia, I got this for you. Olivia, I got this for you. Ooh. I place the little toy in her hands. She brings it close. It's closer to examine. Look, you can bop it for little hammer. You can bop it with a little hammer. Innie. Innie. Ow. I know just a place for it. It's going right in my little treasure hoard. This is going right in my little treasure hoard. The thought brings a smile to my face. Did you find out what you're looking for? Yep. She pulls out a few colourful bottles from her chest compartment. These babies will look great on the canvas. They had just the colours I needed too. Whoa, how is it different from regular paint from the store? It just is. But it just is. Okay. I also got Auntie a roll of fox silk. She always wanted to work with silk. An hour later, we've seen just about everything. Looks like just in time too. All the friendliest stores are starting to close down. I don't want to get caught in tight alleyways in the city after dark. So Olivia and I called it a night and started heading back to the metro station. We make one last turn to come to the entrance and whoa. Whoa! It's a large circular clearing. The widest space I've seen around here. Probably meant for performers and such. In the center is a huge Christmas tree with many strings of lights connecting it to the surrounding stalls. How did we miss this coming in? Whoa. We both have to crane our necks to see the star on top. It looks mosaic. Each panel a different color to create a star within a wreath. The entirety of it aglowed from a single light source from within. The colored lights bounce off of us as we approach. They color Olivia's snout in reds, blues, purples, even some more vibrant greens. Even her breath, coming out as a vapor, is lit up like it's part of the Christmas tree. For a moment, we stare at the Christmas tree in silence. All I can hear is the subtle ambience of our surroundings. It's serene. Was this a nice break? Yeah. But you know me. I'm itching to get back into it. We look back at the tree. It's bright. Merry Christmas, Olivia. Christmas isn't till another few weeks. I know. Just felt like saying it. Yeah. Merry Christmas. Olivia's hand finds mine, our fingers intertwining slowly, and our palms pressed warmly together. She doesn't speak, but her eyes convey so much. I carefully set down our shopping bags and take a kneel beside her. She leans over a chair's armrest, bringing her head close until she can rest her chin on my shoulder. I feel her lips move in a silent whisper as she nuzzles against me gently. A smile comes to my face as she mouths her appreciation for our first official date. Following example, I lean my head back against her. My jaw moves, but no words come out. After all, we don't want to disrupt the peaceful silence. But still, I know Olivia understands my own wordless thanks, as I feel her lips quirk into a smile. We stayed pressed together for some time. At least until my knees couldn't bear the stone floor and her scales couldn't handle the cold. Allowing a confident silence to continue, I stand up and slowly take us back to the station. The ride home, we're lucky enough to get the whole train car to ourselves. Olivia huddles close the whole way back. It's officially winter in the Volcaldria Bluffs. I'm gonna continue this another time. Oof, I'm tired. Hope you all enjoyed that pretty wild stream, a pretty breathtaking stream. I hope you all have a wonderful time and good night.